You did everything right. You saved, you worked hard, you built up your 401k, but now you're getting close to retirement, and instead of feeling confident, you feel uncertain. And here's the question that almost nobody asks. What happens when it's time to actually use that money? If you don't have a strategy to turn your savings into income, your retirement plan isn't complete. And that's exactly what we're going to fix in this lesson. Welcome to the Retirement Income School. I'm Dr. Amanda, and this is your place to protect your wealth and generate guaranteed income so you can retire financially relaxed. In this lesson from the Retirement Income School, we're focusing on the one thing that's missing from most retirement plans and why 401ks aren't enough. Specifically, we're going to dive into why 401ks don't provide real retirement security, how to build guaranteed income, and the smarter, safer strategy that most advisors never teach. So let's start with the uncomfortable truth. You've really done the responsible thing. You've contributed to your 401k, you've followed all the rules, you've saved, but you're really not still sure if you'll be okay. Despite your discipline, you're worried about the future. So there's this lingering uncertainty. And this is because most traditional advice has left critical gaps in your financial planning for retirement. When you really look at the structure of 401ks, the weaknesses become clear. There are no income guarantees, which means that you could run out during retirement. 401ks are exposed to market volatility, so a market crash can devastate your retirement timeline. In other lessons, we've talked about risks to your retirement portfolio, one of them being the sequence of returns risk. If there's a market crash when you're 30 years old, it's going to affect you very differently than when you're in retirement age and expecting an income from your savings. Another problem with 401ks is that there are tax risks. So future tax rates could erode your withdrawals. And the reason this matters is that because a 401k is a tax deferred account. So when you start pulling money from your 401k, it's subject to taxes. And we don't know what to expect in the future with taxes. Most people believe that taxes are going to continue to increase, which means let's say you have $1 million saved in your 401k. A lot of people mistakenly think, I've got $1 million saved up for retirement. But what if when you start to take the funds out of your 401k to turn it into income, the taxes have significantly increased? There have been times when the marginal tax rate in U.S. history was 94%. This was implemented in 1944 and 1945 during World War II. So 94%. What would that do to your 401k if that happens? So you've got to be smart about the tax risks that can erode your withdrawal rate. And you really want to know that you are in a contract with the government and they can change the rules with 401ks. And so the tax rates increasing can be a real problem if you're relying on it for income during retirement. Another problem with 401ks is that you have no long-term care protection. Your 401k is an investment account. It doesn't offer benefits for long-term care protection, like I talked about in previous videos, where safe flow income or annuities can create long-term care benefits, or whole life insurance using a smart life plan can also create long-term care benefits. 401ks have none of these benefits, so healthcare costs could quickly deplete your savings if you're relying on your 401k exclusively for retirement income. So what exactly is a 401k and what isn't it? In rethinking retirement vehicles, first you want to know that a 401k is a tax-deferred investment account. It's not actually a retirement income plan. So it is a savings vehicle. It's tax-deferred. And that's one component of a comprehensive strategy. So tax deferral is a strategy, but it doesn't create a retirement income. And it is an investment vehicle. So it's designed for accumulation, not distribution. And it's really an incomplete solution because of this. It's missing the crucial income guarantee element. And this really brings us to the real gap in most retirement strategies. You may have built a real nest egg. You've accumulated your assets, but do you know how to turn that nest egg into income that lasts as long as you do? That's the missing strategy for most retirees. There's no clear plan to convert assets into income. So this gives you lifetime uncertainty because you're questioning, how long must my money last? And what this really means is that most retirees lack a clear framework for turning savings into reliable monthly income that lasts a lifetime. To understand where planning breaks down, let's look at the two phases of retirement planning. We've got the accumulation versus the distribution phases of retirement planning. And most people only learn about the accumulation phase. This is saving, investing, tax-deferred growth. So you're thinking about how over all of the years of your life, when you've been working, you've been making regular contributions, you've gotten some compounding growth in a tax-advantaged account, or maybe multiple tax-advantaged accounts. And this is awesome because you've accumulated that nest egg. But now, during the distribution phase, these are during your retirement years, and they require reliable income streams. So during your distribution phase, you're no longer thinking about accumulation, you're thinking, how do I turn what I've accumulated into an income stream? So you need a solution where you can make strategic withdrawals, you need tax efficiency, and you need longevity protection so that your money lasts as long as you do. And as I stated, most traditional planning overemphasizes the saving. If you think about it, when you're young, you're told over and over again, save, 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 invest, invest, invest. And there's a lot of talk about the growth factor of what you're saving. But where's the conversation about distribution and retirement income? Yet, this is what gives you peace of mind when you're in your retirement years so that you can go play and have fun and live your life. So smart retirees know this and they plan differently. So here's what smart retirees do differently. They use safe money strategies where they diversify with vehicles that protect their principal. They focus on guaranteed vehicles, so they utilize annuities and whole life insurance. They focus on longevity protection and they plan for a 30+ year retirement. And they really consider income planning. So they focus on reliable cash flow, not just returns. Like I said, in that savings and investing portfolio, there's a lot of focus on returns. Instead, smart retirees start to shift their focus to safe money strategies, guaranteed vehicles using annuities and whole life insurance, longevity protection just in case they live 30 years or more in retirement, and they're focusing on how to create income and cash flow. So smart retirees don't gamble with their retirement. Instead, they create secure, guaranteed income floors. Remember, in the last lesson, I talked about building your income floor. And that's what they focus on so that they know they've got the baseline met so that they can enjoy retirement. So what are the safe money solutions that we're talking about for protected income? First, we've got fixed index annuities. These have growth potential with zero market risk to principal. There are some incredible fixed index annuities where there's a zero floor, meaning that if the market tanks, you are protected because you'll have zero loss. So these annuities follow indices where you have protection from the downside, but you can participate in the growth. So you get some growth, you also get a guaranteed lifetime income when you add an income rider to the annuity. So you're using your savings to create a safe money solution that creates protected income for life. And the benefit here is peace of mind and certainty. So unlike your 401k, where you could spend down the 401k and run out, you're never going to run out of your money in a fixed index annuity when you have a guaranteed income rider, no matter how long you live. You could live to 120 and they will still keep paying you a monthly check. Another solution is a dividend-paying whole life insurance plan. So these are tax-advantaged cash value with multiple living benefits. So you can set up your policy where you pay into it over a number of years, or you can even do a lump sum and you let it grow. You get dividends paid to you over the time that it's growing and even after you stop paying into the policy. And then you can take out a retirement income from your whole life insurance policy. And when you do this in a strategic way, all of the money is tax-free. So you've got tax-free money coming out of your whole life insurance policy that you can use for guaranteed lifetime income. And you also have the living benefit of long-term care. So with whole life insurance and annuities, you've got long-term care riders where you can also use the money for long-term care benefits if you need them. And so these are great save money solutions to protect your income and keep giving you income streams for retirement lifestyle or even long-term care coverage. Another save money solution is that you get a lifetime paycheck. So you've got guaranteed income streams that you cannot outlive. And I'm just going to keep saying that over and over and over. Probably every time there's a retirement income school lesson, I'll keep reinforcing that you want a lifetime paycheck. So you want to create this personal pension that's a guaranteed income stream that you cannot outlive so you have peace of mind. And that's what you get from Save Money Solutions. And another reason that you want Save Money Solutions is for tax advantages. So you've got strategic positioning for optimal tax efficiency. And you'll notice that all these benefits from Save Money Solutions counter 401ks. So in the 401k, you don't have guaranteed lifetime income. It's not tax advantage when you're ready to take the income because you've been putting the money in tax deferred. So when you start taking it out, you're going to start paying taxes on that money. And like I said, with Save Money Solutions for protected income, they're tax advantaged plans. So you've got strategic positioning for optimal tax efficiency. This is going to help you when taxes increase over time. If they do, as most people expect, these plans are going to be tax advantage so that you can keep the most amount of money possible during your retirement income years so that you have them to use for your retirement income. Let's talk about how you are going to start building your own retirement income plan in 4 simple steps. So first, you've got to know your gap. And I talked about this in the last lesson where we were looking at how to build your income floor. First, you've got to calculate your essential monthly expenses and subtract Social Security or other fixed income. So in this other fixed income, you would subtract money coming from Social Security, pensions that you may have, any other annuities, or if you plan to take regular payments from your life insurance policies, those could all be considered fixed income. And you're going to add all of these up to know your gap. So you're calculating your essential monthly expenses, and then you're subtracting from your monthly expenses all the money that you have coming in that's fixed income. And when you know this gap, then you secure your income floor. So you're going to want to use an annuity, which is safe flow income, for guaranteed lifetime income. You can also add growth and flexibility using whole life insurance for tax-free cash access. So those are 2 ways that you're going to fill the gap. And then you're going to protect what you've built and think about how to cover long-term care, what you're going to do about inflation and legacy needs. And all of the retirement income plans that I teach here are going to help you do that. So let's recap. In order to build your retirement income plan, you're going to discover your gap, secure your income floor, add growth and flexibility, and protect what you've built. And you might be wondering, why hasn't anyone taught us this before? Think about it this way. The educational system really focuses on career preparation, not retirement income planning. The financial industry gets compensated for assets under management, not income creation. So if you go to a typical financial advisor, they have what you call AUM, assets under management, and that's how they focus on their own income. And so they're focusing on getting all of your assets under management so that they can take a certain fee for that. Not saying financial advisors are bad or wrong, that's just how they're paid. So they're less focused on the decumulation phase and more focused on the accumulation phase of retirement. It's amazing when I talk to financial advisors how often they will talk about the complexities of retirement income planning, and many of them just don't focus on that at all. If you think about why you've never heard about this before in media coverage, it's because media coverage highlights accumulation strategies and market performance. Media is made to be very sensationalized and really catch your attention with a lot of fear strategies. And so if you pay attention to what the media is covering, they're talking about, here's the best next new investment, and oh, the market is doing this and that. And it's creating you to be hooked into constantly paying attention to your portfolio from that returns and ROI perspective. None of these are really teaching you how to focus on your retirement income. We spend a lot of years in our careers, so the educational system focusing on career preparation makes sense. And in the financial industry, people need help managing their money, so that makes sense. And media coverage is just doing its thing, making sure that they can get views. So they're going to focus on fear. They're going to focus on the next big thing. None of this is going to focus on that peaceful, easy, secure, guaranteed part of the retirement income phase where you want to be enjoying your life with certainty and guarantees. It's not all that sexy or exciting, meaning there's not a lot of volatility. Volatility is what sells. And so, this retirement income planning is what fills this critical education gap with practical income strategies. And that's why I created the Retirement Income School, because most advisors are trained in asset gathering, not retirement income distribution. And to me, I want to know that when I retire, I've got guaranteed flowing income so I can just enjoy all of those years and have fun because I'm not worried about market volatility. So this lesson's key takeaways are that there's really a missing link in most retirement plans, and it's that protected income piece that gives you true security and lifetime guaranteed income. So most retirement plans lack what truly matters for peace of mind, and what we want to focus on is protected income. That means knowing your monthly needs are covered, and your solution is securing guaranteed lifetime income no matter how long you live. So if you've been heavily focused on your 401k and you have that uncertainty questioning, what should I do with my 401k? How can I turn it into guaranteed lifetime income? Here's what to do next. Keep educating yourself. Continue to learn the principles of guaranteed lifetime income creation. Expand your strategy, so don't rely solely on market-dependent 401ks for your retirement security. And get the right expert help. And what I mean by quote-unquote right expert is that you want to work with a retirement income expert who puts your security first. They'll help you create a comprehensive plan built on guarantees, not guesses. Of course, as you know, that's what I do in the Retirement Income School. So let's chat. Book a free retirement income Q&A call by going to retirementincome.school, and you'll see a link at the top of the page. We'll talk about your specific unique goals, and we'll create a strategy and solutions for you, and then we'll implement the plan and monitor it as you move through your retirement years. Again, just go to retirementincome.school and click the link at the top of the page. Thanks for being here with me again for another lesson from the Retirement Income School. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do that. If you're listening on the podcast, give us a thumbs up, leave a review, turn on the notifications so you never miss out, and stick with me here in the Retirement Income School, where I'll teach you how to keep your money safe and make it last so you can enjoy retirement. This content is for educational purposes only and is not financial, legal, or tax advice. Always consult a qualified professional before making decisions about your retirement.